Hi guys. Okay, so today's video is an introduction to algebraic expressions, and I'm going to be taking you through what algebraic expressions are, what they're made of, and the different terminology we use when we are working with algebraic expressions, okay? So you will most probably focus on this in grade 8 um, and grade 9, and it's just going to carry on, and a lot of concepts are going to be added to this. Okay, so it's important that your foundation is very, very strong and that you understand this intricately before you move on to the other topics. Okay, right. So, what are algebraic expressions? Remember, they are built by terms that are joined by an operational sign. So, your operational signs are your plus, your minus, your division sign, your multiplication sign. Okay. Now, when we speak of terms, learners get confused like what terms are with regards to algebraic expressions. So I'm going to help you out there a little bit, okay? So I've broken down what terms are made of, and this is going to help you understand when you are working with algebraic expressions, why it's important for you to know all of this and have this much information about algebraic expressions because you get questioned on each and every thing about this. Okay, so we're looking at what terms are made of. Terms are made of a coefficient base. So you'll have a variable. Your alphabet is your variable, okay? So you'll have a coefficient, your base, and your exponent, degree, or power, whatever you want to name it. Okay? So here I have written monomials are one term. So remember there's one term. There's no plus or minus or any other operational sign attached to this, okay? So it's just 2x squared on its own, 3y cubed, 2a squared b. So we call this a monomial. This is a one term, okay? So I've broken down this term for you, 2x squared. Let's look at the coefficient. Remember, the coefficient is always the number behind or before the base, before the variable. Okay, so in this case, 2x squared, the coefficient is 2. And the base here is x, and it's been raised to an exponent or a degree or power of 2. Okay, so I've also color-coded the 3y cubed and the 2a squared b for you, so you understand that. So the 3y cubed, the 3 is your coefficient, the y is your base, and it's been raised to an exponent of 3. Okay? Here you have 2a squared b. So 2 is your coefficient, your a is your base, your b is also a base, and it's been raised to an exponent of 2. Now, learners will get confused and ask questions such as what is the exponent of b? What is the exponent for b? What b is being raised to? So here I'm going to explain that to you. So here b is being raised to the power of 1, okay? It's not usually written there, but we sort of understand that when there's a variable, it's always raised to the power of 1 if it doesn't have any other exponent, okay? Just remember that. Right, let's move on to binomial. Okay, so I haven't written it down here, but I've underlined it. Binomials, if you look at the word bi, it means two, okay? So binomial terms are two terms that are joined with an operational sign. So it could be minus, it could be plus, it could be a multiplication sign. But here we have a plus sign, and we can see that this is one term here, and this is another term, and it's been joined with a plus sign. So we know this as binomial terms. Remember, bi means two. That means there are two terms in this algebraic expression here. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we just learned before about composition, what terms are composed of. So here, what will your coefficient be? Here, your coefficient is going to be 2. Your base is going to be x, and it's raised to the power or degree of 2. Okay? Right, quickly moving on to trinomials. Those are 3 terms. Remember, tri means 3. You have 2a squared plus 3y cubed minus 4a. Remember, a is raised to the exponent of 1. You don't need to write it down, but it's better for you to do that so you understand that it's also an exponent. It's also being raised to an exponent of 1, okay? Yeah, and then we move on to polynomials, which means many terms. So if you have more than 3 terms, remember that's a polynomial. You'll have one here in this expression, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, okay? So that is a polynomial expression, algebraic expression. Here you have 3 terms, the trinomial. Here you have binomial terms. There's only two terms in the expression. So it's important for you to understand that before we move on to addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of algebraic expressions. Okay? Which I will be doing later on. Correct. I hope you learned a lot about algebraic expressions today, and this was a good introductory video for you. Thank you.